Good morning, James. How are you?
Doing quite well, thank you.
That's good. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday.
Is there anything going on?
I paid my taxes yesterday. For what? For what? Why?
Oh, and I've got a story on that. You don't have to, apparently, if you work for the federal government.
Oh, well, seeing as I don't, I figured I might as well and just get it done with. What a crock of shit that is. Doge, what are you doing? What's this all for? Anyways, we'll get into a little bit of that. We also have the Democrats. They've got a poster child, an MS-13 gang member poster child now that they're all going crazy for, and some are even going to go visit him in El Salvador. Good luck. Hope they don't come back. And does that violate any laws? I think it does, Jim. I think it does. We'll get into some details on that. Tales from the Crypt. An old man spoke yesterday. We'll get into some details about that. Rambled on. Boy, we missed him. Tish James. She's in a bit of trouble. Oddly enough, karma's a bitch. We're going to talk about that. What else are we talking about today, Jim?
Stuff.
Anyways,
Byron Donalds has a great idea.
He does, and it's true.
He wants to
repeal
a certain
amendment. Play the
amendment.
video of the week, and it's literally something you never once saw in the Biden administration. And it's Trump and the cabinet, and they're answering questions, and they unleash Stephen Miller, who is just absolutely the greatest thing that's ever walked on earth to me.
Well, it's the same thing that the Biden administration did.
No, we never saw any of those son of a bitches. Thank God. But anyway, that plus at the end of the show, a top five. We're back to the top five.
Yeah.
Today is top five, and this is very, very, you either like it or you don't. It's top five Game of Thrones characters. That may not be for everybody, but it's certainly for us, and that's why we're doing it. So I'm very interested to see.
I noticed that you spelled out Game of Thrones. I just put goat.
Got. I know.
I know. Anyway.
I made it longer.
I know. That's why I pointed it out.
We'll see if Ed Sheeran is Jim's number one Game of Thrones character.
No, but the
feel it might be.
The Night King General number 3 was
I'm certain it probably is. You're probably not wrong. So that plus so much more, Jim. We've got a show, no interview today, just us good-looking dudes babbling on about everything that's going on. So it's probably going to be one of the best shows ever.
Absolutely.
What is it called, Jim?
It is live from the Patriots Prayer Network studios. That would be 2 guys, 1 coup.
That's right. Somebody wake up. America, wake up. I don't.
Somebody.
Wait.
Lost in the crowd, truth hides deep, bury in the noise. Left hand deals lies, can't stifle the choice. Fight back rage, flames in the night. No more chains, break free from the fright. Eyes clear now, vision in the dark. We stand up, never bow to the mark. We are the storm, we are the fight. 2 guys, 1 coup, bringing light. No more lies, no more games. Stand tall in truth, break the chains. They spit and scream, push buttons in the dark. Yet we rise, never crumble in the park. Paint our faces with colors bright. March ahead in the dead of night. Shattered dreams won't silence us now. Left and right mix poison in the foul. But we see through, we feel the beat.
Best theme song ever.
Opening song. It's absolutely the best one ever. Good morning, Mini Ball, Emstad,
welcome
Aiken,
back, Mini
Buckeye,
Ball.
Duck, Tarna,
Emstad,
good
all
morning
the
to
usual.
all of you. Yep. Thank you very much for being here.
And the thing that sucks about it is the one guy's not on here, but I'm going to say it, folks. The Crazy Southpaw, the one that is very supportive of us.
Yeah.
It's getting older. He's getting closer to the big 6-0 on Friday. So
Friday's his
Crazy Southpaw's birthday is that is the 18th, right? Yeah,
I don't know.
Friday. So happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Obviously,
Yeah,
he's a brother from my mother.
maybe who knows?
Get it?
Well, there's
Get
no
it?
proof.
Anyway. So
Yeah,
yeah,
there's no
well,
proof.
yeah. If you look at that, he's 6'4", and I'm not. Let's just say that. So,
What
but
are you,
happy
Jim? What
birthday!
is your height? The
5'7",
listeners know? 5'7"?
between 5'6" and 5'7". So I'm
See those pictures I posted.
but I
on,
am the weight of a 7'5" guy.
You are. You're stocky. I mean, you're a catcher.
So that works
Is what
out
you are.
pretty well. So
Yeah.
anyway, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday.
Which
Big
means
5'9",
which
right?
means that my other sister, or my sister, who is Duck on here in another month, does hit the big 6-0. Anyway.
Wow. Your parents took no time in just getting right to business, did they?
No, she was born in May, and my brother was born in April of the following year.
My gosh, they couldn't get enough of each other. Is it true love? It must be.
We're going for an Amish family.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But anyways, yeah, happy birthday, you crazy. Look forward to seeing you in June, brother.
Yep.
So good. Enjoy that. Be safe. You guys doing anything special? Like, is there anything?
No.
No. F them, right? I mean, it's only 59. It's not 60, so
Yeah, it's like, come on. Come on.
Who gives a shit? Guys, swatting is continuing. We're going to talk a little bit about that at the beginning of the show here. People we know personally and members of this network. It's happening too. So the FBI's got to do something about that. But let's hear from shopwithamerica.us real quick, and we'll be back to get this show kicked off, Jim.
Welcome to Shop with America, where the emphasis is on America. Our movement is to switch away from your shopping with the big box stores and the mega corporations back to supporting family-owned, made in America. We've been giving these big box stores our money every day for years. But what's happened is they've forced many small businesses to shut down. We call this the illusion of choice. We see all these products in these stores, but in reality, it's only a few companies that control it all. There are thousands of lawsuits for health damage because they put profit over our people. But there is another choice. We found a better way. There's a family-owned American factory with product integrity and have always done things the right way for the right reasons. And this company outperforms the big box stores. That's due to their month-to-month shopping club. They make everyday consumer products that we all use and buy again and again, like toothpaste, shampoo, coffee, and organic beef. Go to shopwithamerica.us today.
Yes, please go to shopwithamerica.us and sign up. Take a look at the products. See if it's something for you.
You'll need to put your name. Yep. You'll need to put your name and information in, and then you'll be contacted, and then we'll get you on there and see what kind of products they have out there. They're 100% American made.
Yep.
I do use the multivitamins.
Yeah, they do have some multivitamins and supplements.
And I do use the conditioner for the hair. It just makes my
and
hair
you can tell.
Serious.
And
but I do have a problem. It's not growing it back. So we'll need to talk.
It's not? Is it taking it away? So it's not doing that.
I think so.
Oh.
Well, I think it's just because of my age and everything else.
Okay.
I can grow hair in ears for some reason, but on the top of my head is
in your ears and probably in your
taint. Dad, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Eddie,
we were wondering.
Yeah,
okay,
Eddie,
so guys,
so you are noticing. Good.
Yeah.
It's a
so
new
this
studio.
is it too distracting? That's what we want to know. Is it? Does it take away from our charm and good looks? I doubt it. I'm sure that shines.
Or
through.
maybe you want more taking away from our good. We don't know. I mean, we have no idea.
Oh, yeah. Let the listeners speak.
Yeah.
See what they say. But thank you. Yeah, thank you for noticing that. So this is all kind of new stuff, and there's things we have to do. Click on lefts and bottoms and rights and do.
So it's gonna be a little slow moving at times, but we got it.
Because what we fear most is change, and this was a change.
Mini ball, no, it's not that big.
You do a comb over with your ear.
I do trim it. So
do you?
Yes, I do. I do trim.
You can't tell with the headphones.
Oh my gosh, guys, leave me alone.
Jim, so your head got tired of holding your hair.
Wow.
Keep it coming. Do not stop all show. I want this all show. What does that say? So the usual. Got it.
I'm going to take that as a compliment. We'll see. We'll go.
It is, Jim. Everybody loves you. So Isn't it weird? So here's the funny thing, and we'll tell you
Thanks,
kind of.
Lorna.
Look.
At least she's got my back.
There's always one. There's always one. This happens everywhere we go, by the way. This is not just you guys listening and watching. This will happen in any crowd. It'll happen in a restaurant when we're together.
If I do a GoFundMe to help for my psychiatric help.
Yeah.
We're good.
You're a wrong color and you didn't murder a white boy. So yeah, you'll get nothing. They'll take down your give, send, go, as a matter of fact. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But the swatting thing, guys.
The swatting thing.
Well, it's never left, but it
hasn't left. It hasn't left. I mean, it happened a lot in March. It's happened again in April, and it's happening to the conservative podcasters and conservative ex-influencers. And there's a couple from our network that it's happened to. And it's really bizarre and strange because nothing's happening. I saw a post by Dan Bongino, give them that, saying that this is happening. They're investigating it. They're looking into it. I don't know. I can't say what they're actually doing behind the scenes. But so far, the people that we know have not even been contacted by the FBI. So you tell me what's happening. I'm telling you, somebody is going to get injured and or killed through this process.
I mean, what's your first instinct? If you own a gun and you're a homeowner, what's your first instinct when somebody breaks down your door and comes in your house?
Pulling that. I am literally pulling that gun.
And that's at least what they want.
I'm having it in my hand. And that's all it's going to take.
Yep.
There's a wrong movement, somebody with their gun in their hand. It's absolutely bizarre that this is happening. And the fact that the FBI hasn't really, I don't know. I don't feel they're doing anything. It's same thing with me with Doge. Great. We found all this stuff yesterday. I still had to send the government my money. And so to me, what is really taking place? What did we save? When's it happening? We're pushing 100 days now. And there's a lot of talk.
Yeah. But that's the unfortunate thing. That's all there is right now. Talk. Which okay, fine if you have to investigate, but there's a comment here, and it's correct. Guys, with today's technology, this should not be hard to figure out. It should not
be hard to track down. I mean, hell, we talked to somebody Monday. I'm certain that could track down where it's coming from.
Who probably knows where it's
coming from and can at least, somehow. And I get a lot of this is overseas. They're using local numbers. I get the whole technology on the other end of it. But this should be simple to track down where it's coming.
I hope our people are better than that.
That's what I hope. That's what I hope.
Because in China, they would have had the guy killed by now. Just saying.
Correct. Anyway, so that's what's going on with swatting. It's continuing. Prayers for those that are being affected by it. Hopefully some action is taken. It's enough of the bullshit. Get down to it. Find who it is. Stop it. Make examples of these assholes and absolutely stop this from happening before somebody gets injured or killed. It's going, and that's on both sides, police and or the person being swatted.
Sorry, M's dad, we are going to talk about this later.
So. Yep. We are going to talk about Letitia. Yes, that's great. They've opened an investigation.
Karma.
Agreed. They've opened an investigation. I saw here on Fox, she commented. I don't even know what that comment is yet. I haven't looked at it. If anybody knows what she said, who gives a shit? It's still the fact that Letitia James is,
allegedly
the pot calling the kettle black. And that's not racist, right?
Nope.
That's not a racist statement.
Not at all. Not
okay. Just making sure. I don't know what is or anymore, Yeah. And then briefly here, I want to talk real quick about Carmelo Anthony. Nope, not the NBA player.
Not the NBA player.
The asshole teenager who stabbed a 17-year-old student at a track meet.
Somebody insulted him.
Because somebody insulted him. Out on bail, the liberal progressive judge lowered the bond from $1 million to $250,000. He got out. They've taken that money. They've purchased a new car. They're living in a $900,000 home. He's walking free, and it's the new. Here we go. This is between him and an MS-13 gang member. We've got two poster children for the Democrats at this point. That they are. I don't understand how much lower do they want their approval rating, the Democrats?
Guys, this is a proven 80-20 thing, ideal within the United States. This is 80% of the American people agree with what's going on.
At least.
20% do not. This is
Some-
why they
some
lost
have
the
higher.
election.
Mhm,
This is one
mhm.
of the reasons they lost the election.
Correct.
They keep
Correct.
fighting. Now we got a couple
Yes.
things. Go ahead, Dale. But
No,
there's
no.
some
No, but
interesting
I'm just saying,
things
so
that
this
we
is what they keep fighting for, this guy. And so I just have some videos to play. Of course, they're being questioned. This is the poster child. This is the one man out of all the millions that have come over, and the ones that we have already either stopped and or deported. This Maryland father of 3, this good guy who has just made a good life for himself here in the United States. They sent him back. Now, I'll say this. If there is somebody in the country illegally, good guy, bad guy, bye. You go. You've committed the crime. You're here illegally.
They use asylum seekers. They keep
That's
using
not how
that
that
term.
even happened. This
Folks,
guy didn't
they're
come over that way.
illegal. They didn't
Yeah,
come
they're
over
illegal.
that way. There's a process you have
There's a process to do that.
to
Correct.
be asylum seeker. But anyway.
There is. And not even that. Even if they came over illegally and they're living a great life and they're contributing, I don't know how they pay their tax. I don't know. I feel they don't. I did, so I mean, I'm
pretty
just
much they don't pay their tax.
They don't. So, I don't want to hear about what a good pillar of the community they are. I'm sorry.
But they donate to Social Security all the time.
Well, yeah, they sure do.
That's what AOC said. We got to believe it, right?
Yeah, but the point is, it's like the Democrats are fully acceptance of the fact that they've just opened the borders and let all these people in. And then they bitch that we say that there are some rapists and murderers. Of course, there are still out there saying Trump said all, that there are some and a great majority of them and terrorists coming into this country. And if we deport 1 million and 1 or 2 of those are right, are maybe shouldn't have, or there's another way they could have done it. I'm sorry. That's the price I'm willing to pay. I don't care.
Yeah. And
right?
so is
I
80%
just
of
don't
the
care.
American people.
Yeah, I don't care. I'd rather have that mistake.
I've got a story on a poll that just come out. And President Trump's approval rating still overall job performance is still pretty good.
Skyrocketing. And the Democrats, after this latest bizarre
this is going to backfire.
This is going to backfire on them, like most of the stuff. They step on their own dicks, and then this happens, all the time. They champion the causes that
and keep in mind, this guy's from El Salvador.
El Salvador.
So he was sent back.
An American
he was sent back to El Salvador.
To the country he's from.
I get it. Now, there's a thing. Go ahead and play some of the videos because there's a key video that we need to keep in mind.
Yeah, there is. But I want to hear. So here there's. So first of all, I want to get with Stephen Miller, absolute national treasure to our nation. I'd love that they unleash this guy and that the cable news networks still have him on, even Fox. Here he has to correct Bill Hemmer, even. So, and he's not afraid to do it. He might be the smartest guy in the room, Stephen Miller.
I think he is.
He just very well might be, but here he is on Fox News. Let's listen to this. Oh, wait, Jim, I got to do something different, don't I?
Yep.
I got to go up here. Bear with us. I got to go here. Wait. Here.
Up. There you go.
And then here.
DOJ said a federal court cannot compel the executive branch to engage in any mandated act of diplomacy or incursion upon the sovereignty of another nation. So your argument is that you don't have to bring him back home, but will you?
So I want to correct, I hate to do it, Bill, but I got to correct you on every single thing that you said because it was all wrong. First, we won the Supreme Court case. Clearly, 9-0. A district court judge said unconscionably that the president and his administration have to go into El Salvador and extradite one of their citizens, an El Salvadorian citizen, so that would be kidnapping, that we have to kidnap an El Salvadorian citizen against the will of his government and fly him back to America, which would be an unimaginable act and an invasion of El Salvador.
Is this breaking up?
Yeah.
And you guys?
Quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got full signal, so I don't know if it's the new platform, but we'll finish it here.
We'll blame the new platform.
Yeah.
Sovereignty. So he appealed to the Supreme Court, and it said clearly, no district court can compel the president to exercise his Article 2 foreign powers in any way whatsoever. DOJ called me after that Supreme Court ruling, and they said, this is amazing. We won this case 9-0. We are in excellent standing here. So this has been portrayed wrong for 72 hours in the media. They said the most a court could ever compel you to do would be to facilitate return, which would basically mean if El Salvador voluntarily sends him back, we wouldn't block him at the airport. We would put him back into ICE detention, and then he would be deported either back to El Salvador or somewhere else. The Supreme Court said that is the most the government can be expected to do. So we won the case handily. The misreporting on this has been atrocious.
Okay,
Secondly,
I appreciate
he was
the
not. No, Bill, it's important. He was.
Yep. I'll get rid of that. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know why that's happening. I'm not breaking up, am I? Jim?
No, you're not.
Son of a bitch. Did you get the gist of it?
Yeah, everybody got the gist of it. I like how he said it.
Mm-hmm.
This is an El Salvador citizen that he wants us to go in and get him and bring him back. That's kidnapping.
That's kidnapping. Yep.
He's not a citizen of the United States of America, even though the left wants us to think he is.
Correct.
Right? He is an illegal alien that came here illegally.
Yep.
And they want sympathy from it. And it's not working. It's just not, we're not buying it. You all right?
You there? Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on. And then I got here that says the stream is breaking up. So
yeah,
Tarna said it down there.
So you want me to play this video of the senator that's getting ready to get on a plane, or do you have something else you want to play? Do you have something else you want to play?
I got 1,000, but whether it'll play or not, who knows?
All right,
as you can tell.
So here's the Senator Chris Van Hollen. That is going from North Carolina, I believe, and he is getting on a plane and he is heading to El Salvador.
San Salvador. The goal of this mission is to let the Trump administration, to let the government of El Salvador know that we are going to keep fighting to bring Abrego Garcia home until he returns to his family. I hope to meet with representatives of the government. I hope to have the chance to actually see Kilmar and see what his condition is. But we are going to keep fighting because this is a miscarriage of justice. The Supreme Court has ruled 9-0, that he was illegally taken out of the country.
No,
that's wrong.
That's a lie.
In El Salvador. And this is about due process. This is about rule of law. What bullies do is they begin by picking on the most vulnerable. But if we get rid of the rule of law and due process in the United States, it's a short road from there to tyranny.
Does anybody understand that it was already due process? He was already deemed illegal and part of a gang, MS-13 gang, and he was here illegally. Do they understand that that court that happened in 2019, by the way? Deemed an MS-13 gang member or affiliation with MS-13 gang. The reason he's afraid is because of a rival gang, Jim. That's the reason he is fearful over there.
And Jennings destroyed CNN on that because of that. He discussed that. He goes, he's afraid to go. The CNN, of course, feeling sorry for him. He's afraid to go home. He's afraid to go home. And Jennings goes, he's afraid to go home because the rival gang's going to kill him.
Correct.
Rival gangs.
That means he's in another gang. Here, Turner, he has a man crush. I hope he gets in prison. If he goes over there, he could give a rat's ass about any American citizen.
Nope. And we're going to show something.
And we're going to show that too. And that's really the whole point of this, is that they don't care about the American citizens and or the ones here illegally whose children have died, have done any of that. They care nothing about that.
Rachel Marin. Mom,
Rachel Marin. Why don't you play that, Jim? Just play that.
We will. I screwed up the first time, so let's get it done this time.
On your senator going to bat for this illegal, but did he ever say anything to you and your family about your loss? To ever call you, ever take the time to be with you?
No, actually, I'm very angry. I'm actually outraged but I'm too sad at the moment to show anger at the same time. He did not call our family. He did not give condolences. There was no action on the Democratic Party in any way, from Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Mayorkas, anyone here in Maryland, none of the senators did anything to help search for the murderer of my daughter.
Did you hear that? Any of the senators
never did a thing
Mm-hmm.
to help the mother of a woman who was killed by an illegal. One of many. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't you can sit there and say, "Oh, it's just a small."
You got Laken Riley. You got
one is too many.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's not just, you look at everything that, I mean, Sean Hannity shows it all the time on the people
Mm-hmm.
that were murdered, killed,
Yep.
kids that were pedophiles coming after the kids and all this
Yep.
stuff. And they don't care about American citizens because we just sent a Democrat voter to El Salvador. That's all
Correct.
they care about.
Correct.
We sent a voter to El
Mhm.
Salvador.
Yep.
And just wait now. And when we get all this other stuff, that for federal elections,
Mhm.
you will have to have an ID to vote for federal elections. And there's not a damn thing the state of California can do about that.
Correct. Mhm.
Their lower level ones, they can do whatever they want. For
Correct.
a federal election.
Mhm.
Now
Mhm.
we'll see if it's the paper.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
because
know.
remember,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not.
gotta
I'm
be
more
paper
concerned about the
ballots.
people counting
It's got to be paper ballots.
the ballots. That
Mhm.
we've got to understand that. But that should be, and these guys are fighting that because they just sent a voter home.
Correct.
And they don't give a damn about us.
Yep.
And they keep fighting on this issue. It's not working.
It's not.
It's not working.
It's not. Here, I want to play a couple comments. M's dad right here.
Yep.
The senator is a joke. What's he going to do? Pop a tent outside the prison and refuse to leave until he has, his gangbanger back. That's absolutely true. And does this not violate the Logan Act? Am I wrong about that? I don't know as much about it as I should, but I think this
Which
does.
might be why Cory Booker was talking about going down.
Yeah.
But then he backed away.
Well, here we
Because
go.
he wants to be
So,
president.
victory for MAGA. Thank you for joining. I think it's the first we've
Yes.
heard from you, so we appreciate you being here. Welcome to the show. Yes, my internet is always like this. Keep fighting, it says, you fool Democrats. You and Booker will make it just that much easier for the GOP to keep the House and the Senate at the midterms. Agreed. Keep doing this. You are on the wrong side of this. You all are. I don't know what this senator's plan is trying to. Greg Gare.
Greg
Well,
Garrett's
hey,
not a surprise.
Yep, correct. I don't know what
And-
their plan is.
Yeah. The only acceptable number is 0.
Why would they do this, Jim? I mean, not because of the vote. Why would they pick this guy? Why are they all championing the one guy, this guy? I know they have to have a poster child. They have to have somebody that they're all just going to jump on board and go, we're going to pick this guy. There's a story came out that he was a Maryland father. That's our guy. No research, no nothing, just jumping and championing on it. This senator, what does he think does he really truly believe this? Or is there what's the financial
Something
kickback
has
for him
got
doing
to
this?
be-
What's this? Huh?
Something has to be telling them something. I can't believe they're this stupid. Okay.
Wow.
Something has to
Really?
be telling them, whether it's internal polling or whatever else. Now, yes, is this popular with their people? Absolutely.
course.
It's
Of course it
popular
is.
with
It's
their
popular
people.
with the AOC Bernie crowd.
But
Yes.
that's 20% of the population.
I
The
know.
left, the far left is 20%, maybe 25, but no
Mhm.
more. That's it. They fell on the sword. They're going to die on it. And,
They are.
and so it's going to just make it that much better. And there were some comments up here
Mhm.
and about Obama, and you guys are right.
Mhm.
Guys, Obama did this.
Yes.
He bragged about being the deportation in chief
Mm-hmm.
because he deported more people than anybody at the time.
Maybe.
At the time.
Mhm.
But they were okay with it then. And we haven't even started deporting the illegals yet.
Correct.
These are the bad people.
Correct. Yep. That's right.
Now they're saying,
And so I
love
think I was
this.
watching the 5, which is barely watchable because Jessica Tarlov's on there. But I think Greg Gutfeld had a statement, and I don't want to, so I'm going to paraphrase it on this. But his whole thought process on it was that yes, these are illegal people. They've committed this crime when they've come here. That what they've done to send somebody back is the fact that the adults now are in charge. So he likened it to a stadium seating. You go to stadium, you got yourself a second row behind the dugout, first base side. You get there and somebody's in your seat. Hey, sir, you're in my seat. Oh yeah, I know my seat's way up back there, up in the bleachers, in the nosebleeds. But I've been working hard. I deserve this seat. Oh, okay. No, remove it. Go back to where you are supposed to be. That's what this is all about. The adults are in charge. When adults are in charge, just like parenting, you aren't a friend. You have to make tough decisions. They're going to be very hard to make decisions because we've gone the other way and they've gotten away with murder, literally murder for years. So when the adults come to play, these are decisions that they make. Unbelievable that this is who they're championing. Jim, what do you got down here for me? Anything?
M's dad, it's the consultants that they are paying millions of dollars. I understand that they're being told to do something but they want to be reelected, right? I mean, is this just, I don't know. I just don't know how this man who never contacted the mother of a woman who was killed by an illegal, never contacted her once, but he is literally going to El Salvador to try and get this man out of prison. That is there. Whether, okay, you can sit there and say that we don't know he is or not. The point of the matter is, if the guy is scared to go back home because of a rival gang, I'm assuming he's in a gang, right? I mean, I'm assuming that. Just saying, you know.
I mean, why wouldn't he be?
A rival of Michigan is not Michigan.
Correct. Yep, that's right. That's right. Tarna puts this, name another country that is this stupid with illegals. Germany. I mean, there are countries that are doing it,
but some of them
the
are
left liberal
France
policies.
did it. France did it, and now they're regretting it because now they've got an influx. I mean, guys, Sweden did the same thing. If you look at the streets, there is something on X. Look at the streets of Sweden today, Stockholm.
Yeah. Yeah, look at them.
You would think you were in
Great
the Middle
Britain
East.
did it,
All I'm
but
saying,
yes,
you're going to think you were in the Middle East.
You are. Great Britain. What did JD Vance, Vice President Vance said? Great Britain will be the first Islamic country with nukes. That's not too far from the truth. Definition of rival: a person or thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority in the same field of activity. Yeah, rival gang. Does that make sense to anybody? Rival gang. So, just for clarity. Oh, yeah. So thank you for putting that. Just for clarity. That is what rival means. I'm going to try to play Caroline Levitt's response here. Hopefully it comes through. If it starts breaking up again, Jim, we'll just move on. But let's give this. She had something to say to the press corps about it. Oh, no. Sorry. I forgot, Jim. I have to do.
Yeah, I did that. That's what I did.
I have to do this. We'll get it, guys. We'll get it.
It worked for me when I did. I screwed up. So
what do you mean you screwed up?
So let's hear what I did the wrong thing.
Office, administration officials made it very clear that El Salvador is responsible for Mr. Abrego Garcia. Yet El Salvador's president said we're not going to do anything with him. So my question is, who is responsible for this man and where he's going to end up?
Well, no. First of all, President Bukele said that he is not going to smuggle a foreign terrorist back into the United States of America, as many in this room in the Democrat Party seemingly want him to do. Abrego Garcia was a foreign terrorist. He is an MS-13 gang member. He was engaged in human trafficking. He illegally came into our country.
Removing it. You get it, right? That's what it is. That's the whole point of it. I am having apparently some sort of issue. So it is really me at this point. If I click on my little Wi-Fi thing, little behind the scenes, because you guys care, it says connection is fairly good.
That's good. Fairly.
If you're on Wi-Fi and it knows I'm on Wi-Fi, try plugging in your router or try plugging it into your router or moving closer to it. Yeah. So if you guys would just excuse me, I'm going to go rearrange my whole freaking house. You know, guys, I'm so tired. I'm so pissed off. I know it's me.
Thanks, Turner.
I know.
I appreciate that one.
It's me. I know it's me. Son of a bitch. I got so many good videos to play, Jim. And if you try playing it, it does the same thing, right?
I believe so.
Play the one next to Caroline Levitt. There. Real quick. With President Trump, it's their cabinet meeting. One.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Well, you got to go to 2 with video.
I support it. Go ahead. Let's hear the question from this
same thing, right?
very low-rated anchor at CNN.
You can remove it.
Low-rated.
You can remove it. Yeah. Okay. So my videos are going to be pretty much done for the day. Jim's got a bunch though. So what we're going to do now though is we're going to listen. We got to hear from Grit Gear. We do. We haven't heard. It is Warrior Shield Wednesday too. We'll play that at the end of the show, but we're going to hear from Grit Gear right now. And hopefully this plays. Jim, what are you laughing at? Comments? Is there comments?
Oh, you got issues. All right now. Thanks, Aiken. I love it when it happens to you.
Why? Why is this happening? All I do is I live my life. I try to live it as best as I can. Everybody knows I'm probably one of the nicest guys on the face of the earth. Jim sure knows that. And I'm loved by everybody. And all I do is, and I pay my taxes. And all I do is I get this. Why do I get this?
Because everybody else here also pays their taxes.
Fuck it. Grit Gear, lock and load. Here we go.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
Well, most of us stand as Americans together, Jim. Some senators do not, obviously.
I still fully believe that a very large portion of America does defend what's behind us and everything else. We have disagreements. We do.
I agree.
But majority of what's going on right now is not.
Jim, you like my black screen behind me? What happened?
Yeah, well, because you forgot to turn off the screen so it will go off. Anyway,
I need a gum.
So it's a bad day. But hey, there is something.
What?
Crazy Southpaw loves you.
Hey, I love you too, brother. Happy birthday again.
Yeah, you missed Larry. You missed all that beforehand.
Yeah.
We wish
you said his name. Are you allowed to?
Yeah, he's fine. He doesn't give a shit.
You don't care? You don't care?
I'll give his address out to you here in a minute.
Be careful of swatting. Seriously. At any rate, love you too, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, Grit Gear Apparel, lock and load coffee. For those that are just listening, just joining in, this is where we get all this great stuff.
Yep.
Grit Gear, phenomenal hat, by the way. I love this hat.
Coffee's delicious.
Great. Yeah. If you could please go there and support them. It is at gritgearapparel.com and at lockandloadcoffee.com. That's lockandloadcoffee.com. When you go there, please remember to use coupon code 2 guys. You get 10% off your order. That's every time you get 10% off your order. Jim, I don't know what you're laughing at, but I want to say this because here's a new one too.
Yeah.
Mama Bear in the house. Good morning to you. Yes, I do occasionally have Wi-Fi issues. By occasionally, I mean every show. Yeah. It will be fixed. I promise. What else do you want to play there?
And also too on the coffee, folks, it's beans, it's ground, and it's pods. Get all you want. They have it. It's great. They're I cannot stress how good the coffee is. Please go out and try it.
Correct.
Wonderful. Plus, they're two great people.
They are great people. They are great people. And they even have opinions on our background. There's so much movement on your screen now, behind you, below you. I'm about to have a seizure.
Well, Rich, you're going to learn that twice next week.
Twice next week. Yeah. Jim will not be here next week. Rich will be filling in for Jim both Monday and Wednesday. Jim will be back Wednesday evening for our Warrior Shield special. We have something big coming out too.
Don't know what that is.
Are you waiting until you come on Monday to tell us, Rich, or what's coming out at Grit Gear? Cannot wait.
But yes, I will be gone Monday and Wednesday, but I will be here for our special next Wednesday. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
We
I'll
will
be there Wednesday evening for the Warrior Shield.
Correct. Jim, I cannot play any video, which is aggravating me to death. So
are we ready to move on from?
Yeah, let's move on from move on from the El Salvador, the love affair with who gives a shit what his name is. Go on.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about some things on this because I want to be specific.
Some things on what?
Well, okay, the Ivy League protests and everything else that's going around. Lisa Stefanik, I have something to play for her.
Lock and load coffee, that is, Rich. Okay. I think we know, so you tell us. Well, go on.
Yeah, Tarna. Yeah, Rich. A teaser.
Yeah.
Can't wait. If it's another flavor, I'm looking forward to it. But we guys, I want to be specific. Everybody on here, everybody listening understands what the First Amendment is, right? Everybody knows what it is. Freedom of speech. It's there. Okay. What's going on in the Ivy League schools? If they just stood on the grass and held their signs up and did their megaphones and everything else, and the school allowed them to do it, that's free speech.
Yep, correct.
But when they go into a building and lock the building down so nobody can come in and go out, that's kidnapping.
Yes.
Okay. And they don't let Jewish students go to class.
Guess what?
They're violating their First Amendment right. So please, these AOCs, the Crockett's, these idiots out there, they don't understand the First Amendment. They don't stand any of this stuff. Okay. The First Amendment is the right. Yes, you have a right to assemble. You have a right to do what you're doing. When you go into a building and lock it down and keep other people from going to class, you're violating their First Amendment rights.
Correct.
So Elise Stefanik, love her. I understand she had to come back, but here's what she had to say.
Entitled to U.S. taxpayer dollars if they're not living up to the standards and not protecting civil rights of Jewish students on campuses.
That's probably
true. And let's take a step back to what has led to this earthquake within.
Okay, this guy on CNBC, do you hear what he said? That's probably true. No, it's true.
It's true. Probably true.
As close as you're going to get for someone.
As close as you're going to get from CNBC. Agreeing.
Higher education. After October 7th, we saw a skyrocketing of anti-Semitism on college campuses, particularly our known most elite college campuses, whether it was Harvard or Columbia. You saw physical assaults against Jewish students. You saw takeover of classroom. You saw riots of property at school, destruction. And then you didn't see enforcement of these universities against those who violated the rules, violated the standards of the university. These schools get billions of dollars of U.S. taxpayer funds. We have a responsibility to be good stewards to make sure that they are protecting Jewish students, and they've abjectly failed. Harvard has been the epitome of this failure. They didn't enforce the rules. They gave the diplomas to those that committed these anti-Semitic crimes against fellow students. I mean, we're talking about physical assaults. And the other issue is these schools rank among the lowest when it comes to protections of free speech. They only want to protect free speech when it comes to calling for the genocide of Jews, when you saw very famously in that committee hearing, which, by the way, is the most viewed committee hearing in the history of the United States Congress, when 3 university presidents failed to condemn calls for the genocide of Jews.
Yeah. Sorry, Harvard. Have it. Sorry. You get no funding.
Hi, honey. Welcome to the show.
Oh, hey.
Unfortunately, you have a right to be stupid. Yep. And
that's absolutely true.
But you don't have a right to keep people from going into a building, and you don't have a right to keep people from buying a card. You don't have a right to keep people from going to class. You don't have the right to do that.
Correct.
And okay, so if anybody hadn't been watching everything, Harvard has $50 billion. $50 billion in the bank, basically. Okay. Why do they need $2 billion from the United States government? And if you're going to get money from the United States government for your school, for grants and whatever you have, you have to be able to use
Abide
that
by the laws.
responsibly. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you want to create a Palestinian course,
Mhm.
you can do that.
Yes.
But when you stop and keep students from going to class that are paying just like everybody else,
Correct.
you can't do that. So
Correct.
just like NPR
Mhm.
and just like PBS,
Yes.
you should lose your government funding. If you want
When's
to be
that gonna
private, be
happen?
private. If you want to be
Mhm.
private, be private. Do it. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
When's it
But
going to
you
happen?
lose your funding. I don't know.
When's it
Dale.
gonna happen?
Just when is any of this shit happening?
That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
I love all that's happening. I love all the talk. I love all the process they're moving forward through. Again, I don't know what it takes to not give Harvard funding. I thought it would be pretty simple as flipping a switch, basically. Like, you don't get money into your account. I don't know how the money's transferred. I don't know how any of that happens.
Think about what
I'm
happened
saying
to
is,
us,
just
guys.
stop it. Huh?
Look, think what happened to us these last 4 years.
Yeah.
Right? They hired 80,000 IRS
Mhm.
agents to watch what?
Yeah.
The Venmo accounts.
Correct. Mhm.
To come after us because money was being handled through that. Oh,
Yeah.
they got to get a hold of their money.
Mhm.
And get off
Yeah.
topic a little bit from that point. President Trump, did you guys see what could be happening coming down the line? This is going to be
Oh,
awesome.
the
if it
million
happens.
taxes on million. Some people making
They
over
want to
$1 million.
raise taxes on people making over $1 million.
Ooh, there's a lot of people in
I just
Congress, man,
cannot
about
wait
that.
to
How?
see the left.
Can't either.
Cannot wait to
I
see
can't.
how they vote.
Am I for higher taxes on any of them?
Absolutely
No,
not.
of course not.
No,
But that's
I
not the
believe- yeah.
point. That's
But-
not the whole idea here.
I cannot. I hope this goes through. I
I
really
do too, because I want to see the left bitch about it. We told you he'd be taxer. Oh, wait a second. It's on millionaires. Isn't that what we've been championing? It won't matter.
Bernie
It'll be
Sanders
spun
sitting there,
and switched.
standing right next to President Trump. Thank you,
Yeah.
President Trump. This is great. No, that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, Anyways, why don't you play? I want to, if you don't mind, I'm looking at your stuff down there on the bottom. A couple things I think we want to go over real quick is I don't know what the Scott Jennings one is. Was that on the El Salvador?
Yeah, that was El Salvador. That was the point he was trying to make. He's scared to go back home because of a rival gang.
Gotcha.
That was the
Okay.
point of that.
I want to hear a couple things. I want to hear a little bit about what Byron Donalds wants to do. I want to hear that speech. So that one, because he could be the next governor of my great state.
Yeah,
and I
with some of the things happening
personally, he
with
is
some of the things happen with the DeSantis's right now. Well, I think he's probably going to win pretty easy. But anyway, if it's true. Anyway,
I mean,
here we go.
Who knows?
Here we go, folks.
Yeah.
Byron Donalds.
Entitled to U.S. taxpayer dollars if they're not.
That's not Byron Donald.
Wow.
American history, especially constitutional history, you know that Woodrow Wilson's design was to turn the federal government, which at the time was quite frankly mechanical in nature, into an amoeba that would grow and amass power and frankly bring directives to the people, regardless of elections and regardless of the will of the people. I would love to repeal 16. And so if you're going to repeal the 16th Amendment, we have to start flipping other states to be more like Florida. People need to understand that their right to their own incomes, is fundamental before you get to anything else. I think there's a way we could get that done. We need more citizens to realize that actually retaining their own wealth matters more than anything else.
No doubt about it. No doubt.
Why are the African Americans and Black people of this country not supporting him, but they support Cory Booker? Majority of them.
Yeah.
It completely.
Well,
two different variations.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
guys. The key point of that, the reason I wanted to play that, one, tax season. We all hate it, right? We all hate having to pay taxes and everything else. But Woodrow Wilson's the one that started income tax.
Yes.
Okay. And the income tax is for all of their little pet projects, right? Let's just be honest. That's what it's going for. It's going to do that. So maybe we should stop doing pet projects. Maybe, maybe. And go ahead and repeal it. That's what tariffs are for. Folks, before the income tax came in, that's what tariffs paid.
Yes.
Okay. There was no income tax because the tariffs covered everything.
Correct.
Okay. Now, granted, we're much bigger now than we were then. We have more people. I completely understand. But and here's one other addition I want to make to this.
Mhm.
I could get in trouble for this, but
Yeah.
I've got a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's complaining about we can't get our fruit picked, we can't get our vegetables picked, we can't get our hotels cleaned because we're sending illegals home. We have got an entire 21% of this population,
Yeah.
working, aged people
Mhm.
on welfare.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Let's put them to work.
21%.
Just saying, they get money.
Yeah.
Let's
Yep.
put them to work.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
On welfare, get them out there because they're capable of working. Get them
Yeah.
out there and let them do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's seriously, there we go. We just solved the problem.
Not
AOC,
all
I just
21%.
solved
We
your
must
problem.
say that. We must say that.
No,
Not all
no,
21%.
I
This is
get it. I said working
Jim,
age
I
and
know,
being able to work. Anyway,
well, a 42-year-old could be permanently disabled because of
that's
an
a
accident
difference.
or
That's
something.
not welfare. That's permanent disability.
Oh, well, you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, but I have a problem with permanent disability because I know some people that are
I
on
do
it
too.
that should not be on it.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Doctors just get tired of their whining.
Yep. I do too. You go to the right liberal doctor. Oh, yeah. I was going to put that up there. So, Victory for MAGA. Thank you for posting that. It says there are colleges and universities galore doing research on one thing or another. Can you even imagine the duplication on this research? Why am I paying for the duplicity? I just want results. 100% true.
Yep.
Absolutely 100%
In all
true.
honesty, we were promised results.
We
in
were.
everything. In
Mhm.
everything. And we're not getting it. And that's why the frustration. You can see it on X, guys. If you're
Yeah,
on X,
yeah.
you can
Oh my
see the
God.
frustration. Because
Yeah.
whenever Pam Bondi goes on Fox for an
They're
interview,
like, oh, there she is on Fox
there
again.
she is again on interview. Yep.
It's like she
And,
have
you
a
know,
permanent
now it's-
office there.
Now they're going after Kash Patel.
I know.
Oh, another interview.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the
Yep.
arrests? We
Yep.
have swatting of American citizens
Yes.
by I'm assuming they're American citizens towards a specific group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
now I know liberals come out and said I was just swatted. Yeah, but
I-
there's no
I'm-
video
where-
evidence of this happening.
Yeah, I
but
haven't.
they say
Where
that
I
they-
haven't even seen that.
So,
you know.
guys, I'm losing my patience.
Yeah.
I completely get this, and but we need to move forward because the midterms are the most important thing right now, and we have
Correct.
got to get this economy fixed. We have to trust in what President Trump is doing, and if in fact Japan is there today talking about it, we are working with Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because China, right? So now we're working with Vietnam because Vietnam can do a lot of the work China's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Correct.
so the Nikes of the world who don't want to build a factory in the United States because they can buy a shoe for $3 and sell it for $100.
Yep. Correct.
So that
Mhm.
fine, that's how you want to do it. But with these tariffs, it's going
Mhm.
to cost that shoe's going to cost a little bit more money. So maybe
Yeah.
you should build a plant in the United
Mhm.
States to build it. So
Yep.
that's
Correct.
what this is doing, folks. That's what they're
Mhm.
doing. That's what's going on, and we just have to pray because if this thing goes through with Vietnam
Mhm.
and Korea,
Yeah.
okay, and Indonesia, they do the work that China does.
Yep. Correct.
You'll have investment going into those nations to build
Mhm.
these shoe places, to build
Correct.
anything that is there.
Mhm.
And China's in trouble. You saw the riots in China.
Oh God.
I mean,
Yep.
their economy is a mess, as is
It's a
Russia's
mess.
right now.
Mhm.
So what scares me is when you've got a government in a country like Russia and like China that
Yeah.
are being pushed
Mhm.
to this. What is their reaction going to be? And that's what
Correct.
scares me on this.
Yep.
thing.
Correct.
And
Correct.
but we have to do something, folks, because everything's and Yellen. Did you hear what she had to say? The ex-Treasury Secretary of the
Oh,
United
Jesus
States, Janet
Christ. She
Yellen.
couldn't even. Yeah.
She says it's a pipe dream to
Mhm.
want manufacturing to come back to the United States again.
Unbelievable
pipe
that
dream.
that's said from yeah. I mean, not unbelievable, but yeah, they created that. That they created all of that. The ability for companies to leave. NAFTA, guys, it absolutely destroyed this nation. Absolutely destroyed it. And we allowed it and we've allowed it. And now, yes, 401ks are down. You're going to feel some pain. There might be some small businesses that are affected by this that close. I do understand that. The tariffs are not, again, it's a grown-up decision in order to reset our country and get it back to the prosperity we once had.
How many small
It's going to
businesses
be
closed?
tough.
How many small businesses closed during the Obama administration?
I know. Yeah, I mean, it's true. You know,
Now we worry about this stuff. Now this is what the left does.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
no,
I mean,
I
there
know
is
you
going-
know it. Yeah,
Yeah, but there's going to be some pain. You know, I get all that. You got to, guys, people fought and died for our country. for our freedoms, for our liberties, for us to manufacture things here, for us to have our free speech, for us to have the right to bear arms,
For us to pontificate.
Yes, for us to pontificate. You're a good word. You think the least we could do is maybe my 401k could go down a little bit. I could sacrifice a little bit of that bullshit. Maybe I pay a little bit more for tennis shoes. You know, I don't know. In order to get our country back, to me, it's worth it. To me, it's all worth it. You know,
because the one thing that we have found is the money that is going, which we always knew it was there, right? We felt it was, but now it's actually coming out and telling us what's going on, and we know it's funneling back to everybody. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't give a rat's ass who was doing something illegally to gain more money against the American people. I don't care if it was a Republican. I don't care if it was a Democrat. If they did something illegally, they need to go. Okay. And if it was immoral, not illegal, then they need to get the hell out of the office.
Correct.
I don't expect perfect people to be in Congress, because it's impossible. No one's perfect. We've all made our mistakes in life and everything else. But when you knowingly screw the American people illegally, you shouldn't be defending the American people. You shouldn't be up there supporting them. You should not be up there governing them. And it's an irritating, and that's why we're all frustrated, right, Dale? Because we want to see Adam Schiff, who should be the easiest
picking, the lowest hanging fruit to get out of.
And we don't, because remember, guys, his pardon was for January 6th.
Correct.
Okay, his pardon was not for presenting a document on the House floor as fact.
Yep,
and it wasn't.
It wasn't. How is he still in there, Jim? Real quick,
here's federal workers. Real quick, let me do.
Go ahead.
Federal workers one.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, real quick.
So Dale was up, talked about, he had to pay taxes. That yesterday was tax day, but I guess you need to work for the federal government, because we're about to find out why.
Hillary. Hi, Harris. Well, most Americans did have to write a big fat check to the government today to pay their taxes, but over 100,000 federal workers are not paying their taxes on time. In 2021, the IRS found that almost 150,000 federal workers owe about $1.5 billion in unpaid.
Okay, for those of you, 149,000 federal workers, totaling $1.5 billion unpaid taxes.
Paid taxes. Over 5,000 of them work at the IRS and owe $50 million in overdue taxes. Senator Joni Ernst introducing several bills aimed at cleaning up the IRS. One bill would require IRS employees to be audited every year and fired if they don't pay their taxes. Another bill would sell off the IRS's weapons stockpile. It has spent about $10 million taxpayer dollars buying guns and ammo, stockpiling 4,500 guns, 5 million rounds of ammo, even 15 machine guns. Ernst says it's time to sell that stockpile off to pay down the debt, helping DOJ's mission. So far, DOJ has saved taxpayers $155 billion and counting.
For what? What did they save me?
Yeah, no,
what do I know?
This was just 2021. These are 2021 taxes, guys.
Yeah.
I don't think they paid their taxes in the last 4 years. I'm gonna guess. So what is it now?
I believe that for making that nobody 100%. Is above the law when I start seeing arrests. Absolutely. Jack that number up. They are they all feel they are above the law. Turner says, and then M's dad. Oops, sorry. Okay,
M's I thought dad, exactly. I wrote a check for IRS for $2,500 yesterday, and Fed workers don't pay their taxes. What the F?
The F is right,
guys. Say what you want about this administration. There's people out there that don't like them. They're
we know why Aiken, the IRS,
because he said some bad. He says some bad things. He insults people. He does this. He does that. But what they have found in Doge, now we'll see what happens when they come of it. They found all this stuff, but we need it fixed. This is our money, guys. The federal the IRS isn't paying their taxes. Federal government workers aren't paying their taxes, but we are, and they're getting paid by us.
I'm playing some comments, Jim. Listen, since I can't play videos, why does the IRS need a stockpile of guns and ammo if they don't pay their own taxes? Because they were coming after all you Venmo people out there, right? That's if you paid $600 in Venmo, they were coming after you. This one, you can't believe how they come after me with two businesses. They want my money. They sure do. There's no doubt about that, Rich.
Well,
and here,
business.
Yep. The IRS needs to be abolished. This absolutely pisses me off more than I can say. I agree. I listen. Knowing what we know after Elon Musk and his team and what they've done with Doge and the pissing away of our money, and then for me yesterday to sit there and be like, why did I wait? Why did I wait that long? Why? Because I do. I wait. I do it every year on the last day. That's it. I'm not giving those assholes a dime. And there's been years I haven't. I've gotten returned. It all depends on what's
right. I mean, it just
in the
depends
year
what-
and all that. I get that.
But Rich, on what you
This
just said
past
about
year was
business
not one of those. Go on.
Yeah,
What?
Rich talks about two businesses. We have our, we two guys, one coup is a business. We are
Yes.
we are an LLC, believe it or not.
Yep. Believe it or not.
And there was our person who does our taxes sent the information to the IRS. They sent me information, showed me what was sent, but they said they didn't receive the one document that we did send them. $5,600 they were going to charge us.
Correct.
$5,600
because of the one document that we did send that they said they didn't receive. No,
but they received
resolved
twice
now.
Received it twice.
That's the whole point. Is 50 and they were immediate too. That did not take long for them to say, "Oops, hey guys, you owe."
It was it was like 3 weeks after we.
Didn't take long.
It's crazy.
And here, these
Anyway.
people are getting away with this bullshit. I want to get on real quick before we get to our top five. AOC and Bernie Sanders are running around the country, packing stadiums and packing, outdoor arenas and outdoor.
They're getting
venues.
a lot of people showing up. They are
A lot of and what was really good, and I saw this, and I don't know who it might have been Akins or somebody on X. So zoom in and take a real close look at the crowd, behind AOC when she was talking, and it is a bunch of whack job look. It's your typical looking liberal, bizarro world, green, purple haired. Not that everybody that has that is one of those. I get that, but you know what the typical liberal looks like.
Yep.
I'm telling you, these are voters, people still. I mean, these are people that are going to vote for them. Bernie Sanders and AOC. Can you see that as a ticket?
I hope so. You don't know how much I want that to be a ticket.
But can you? I can't even. Are you serious? But anyways, you've got a couple of videos you want to. Megan Kelly had, I think, something to say on.
No,
it.
it's okay. We can get on to it's. We don't need to.
Okay.
But Anyway, I'll play it since you brought it up. But
play it. What
Megan
do I care?
Kelly has a word for AOC, or has a message for her.
A message.
Okay. Has been out there on this, I don't know if it's campaign trail, I don't know what we're calling it, but this fight the oligarchy tour with Bernie Sanders, from which, venue to venue, she travels first class, sipping her champagne, in the first class cabin as the losers and plebs walk by to coach. They're the ones she's really fighting for. And she's decided to ramp up her anti-Trump rhetoric in a way she's done before, but that could be deeply problematic for her if Trump actually decides to pay some attention to her. Listen to her just the other day, SOT 11.
Donald Trump is a criminal who was found guilty of 34 felony counts
It's
of
going to be
fraud,
appealed, and he's going to win.
liable for sexual abuse. Of course he's lying and abusing and manipulating the stock market too. When he talks about rapists and criminals, he should look in the mirror.
Go after her ass immediately. Sue her.
Clearly saying that Donald Trump is a racist. Rapist. She also thinks he's a racist. He's all the ists. But here, she's in deep trouble because he was not found liable for rape. And George Stephanopoulos just had to pay ABC some $15 million to President Trump to settle a defamation lawsuit for saying that.
Bingo.
Folks, it's stay tuned.
Yep. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for more to come on that.
But see, the people that follow them, they can say this because
They
the
can.
people that follow them don't check out because they
Mhm.
hate President Trump. They hate him.
Yep.
They hate Elon Musk. They can't stand up. So they don't think that it's possible that these individuals, and by the way, we are being blamed.
Mhm.
MAGA people are being blamed for the violence.
Yep.
Because we're pushing people to it because of our racism,
Well, because
and our
yeah, because
fascism and everything else.
because we care
We're
about
doing
America.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going to play some comments, Jim. No way Sanders can run in 28. He'll be 140.
Agreed.
And still
But
collecting
it-
Social Security, apparently.
I mean, he's 140 now, I think. But,
Yeah, I think so. Lord, I want to see the squad behind bars in the worst way. Tarna says, Aiken, what the kind of accent is that? I agree. Like everywhere she goes, it's got a different
Kamala Harris thing.
accent. M's dad, you're right. It's a lawsuit waiting to happen. And I would go for it right now. I would not wait a single minute. And then Tarn again, put horse teeth behind bars. I mean, she doesn't look like more like a donkey every day.
Remember, she and Crockett have come out and they have publicly, as well as Presley and Ilhan Omar and all these individuals have come out and said when President Trump and Elon Musk found that 4-year-olds were getting Social Security
checks,
guys, the ones they're talking about are not the ones where the parents passed away. That's not who they're
Their
talking
parents
about.
passed away. Of course,
They're talking
getting.
about individuals that are 4 years old, 5 years old, that their parents are still living.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting Social Security number. Okay, so see, this is what they do. They go out there and they say, like, for instance, we're going to cut the fraud in Medicaid and Social Security. That's not what they're saying.
Yeah.
The left is going out there saying, "Oh, see, they're cutting your Social Security." Now, granted, we have laid some people off from the Social Security office, so it's harder to get in to talk to people. I get it. It's a little rough, and things are slowing down. They will catch up, people. They will get there. It'll be fine. You're not going to lose your money.
I've had to deal with Social Security for the passing of my father, and so with my mother, dealing with Social Security for the last couple months. Right, there's a lot of paperwork. But people know you lose. That's what you got to do. And every single time I've talked to them, they have been nothing but respectful, nice, helpful. The ones I've talked to, and yes, I call. It says there's a long waiting time. Always is. We'll call. You won't lose your place in line. We'll call you back. Every single time I've gotten a call back, and I've gotten the answers we've needed and the results we've needed. So listen, people, be patient. You're dealing with a government agency. It's certainly not going to be efficient. Not a one is. Name one government.
Right.
Well, a government program or government ran program that's super efficient and just perfect. No.
Name a problem that's been fixed by throwing money at
it. Yeah, I mean, nobody's thrown money at me yet. I've got problems. I could probably fix.
Well, no, I'm just meant
so give
from
it a
the
try.
government.
That's what I'm saying.
From the government, right?
Yeah.
Schools.
Schools.
Just throw more money at it.
Yeah.
How's that working out?
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. Exactly. How is that working?
Well, we have a lot of mean.
Say it. Put them up there, Jim. What am I missing?
Where are you at? AOC is
Mr. Ed reincarnated. Yeah, good. She is.
Here, a horse.
A horse is a horse of course. Hey, Wilbur. Well, you're too young for Wilbur. AOC.
Yep.
The number one
happens to me every time I see her.
Bernie Sanders, the number one cause for vaginal dryness. That is absolutely true. Jim, guess what time it is? I think it's pretty exciting. It is top 5 time. And so,
if
Jim,
you haven't watched Game of Thrones, folks, what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? But I want to say this, first of all. I'm glad I was having internet issues today. My videos couldn't play. And I'll tell you why, Jim. Because this show should have been more about you, as you're not going to be there Monday and Wednesday for our normal scheduled show. So the people need to hear you. They're going to miss you for a week. Of course, Rich will fill in and do a bang up job as always. But, you're not going to be there. So I'm glad you kind of took the spotlight this time. I was happy to give it over to you, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm a giver.
Ratings are going to show because it's going to go down. So
no, it won't, Jim. This will be one of the most top-rated shows. Great,
you're right. Great comments. Crazy Southpaw. I love this group too.
It's the best group.
Fantastic.
They are.
You make us laugh, and we hope we make you laugh too.
It's the greatest group out there. MZ. Yeah. So you guys are. Yeah. It's just absolutely so good to have all of them on all the time. You're so dedicated.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I have other responsibilities, unfortunately.
Yeah. So if you didn't hear at the beginning, Jim has other responsibilities. That he has to attend to next week, and it isn't. It's not your hormone therapy for transitioning, right? That's later in the year, or is it?
Dale, that was just between you and me. Damn it. The plastics mold's been made. It's ready to go. By the way, my wife hates it.
Who did you use as your model for your plastic mold vagina?
When we talk about this.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You didn't talk to her and she's listening. She doesn't even know yet. Wow. Whose mold was it?
There's some good. I will say this. There's some good lists out here right now.
There are. So it's Wednesday. I go first.
Yep.
Do I not? Shit. I got to go up here. Go there.
B has been out there on this. I don't know if it's campaign.
Jim, what are you doing?
I'm just go.
Jim, what are you touching? Stop. Oh,
anyway. And again, Dale has to have the long
top 5 Game of Thrones characters. What's the name of the show?
Goat.
No.
Okay.
Goat would be spelled with an A, but anyways,
I understand, but got whatever.
Oh, okay. Top 5 Game of Thrones characters. Was that not the list? Is that not what the title was, Jim?
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Number 5. Now remember, characters. You either like them, you don't, but the character itself was spot on. My number 5, Peter Baelish, played by Aidan Gillen. If you, spoiler alerts, if you are just happy when it's finally caught, he played that role so good that you are just ecstatic when he gets caught.
He plays everyone, and he got played in the end.
And he got played, and he did such a good job. Now, I don't personally believe, honestly, that would be the hairdo one would have back then, Jim. But I'm just thinking,
nice.
It's very nicely.
Maybe because he was very.
Well, he was proper.
Like you. He was metrosexual. Sorry.
At least I'm not transitioning, Jim. I don't have a plastic vagina mold made. You do. And you probably got it from Rosie O'Donnell. At any rate, number 4.
Good one.
How can you not? How can you absolutely not? What a good role he played.
And the thing was, he always wanted.
Varys was great.
He was the one that wanted everything for the people.
Yeah. He was a eunuch, So
that's not by choice.
Well, Theon Greyjoy. And also, it just happened. So that was not by choice. I guess they were the first transgenders, to be honest.
Actually, they found a way to put it in there. Yeah,
they found a way to put it in there. Westeros had transgenders. Who knew? Number 3, Jon Snow. Yep, I know he's going to be on a lot of people's tops.
They changed it.
They changed it all because of him and his character and his popularity and how he played the role. He really did, I think, play the role very, very well. As a matter of fact, if I see him in anything else, it's like, nope, you're Jon Snow.
Exactly.
It screwed him probably for life, but that's really honestly what I think. My number 2, the Hound.
Love the Hound.
Sandor Clegane, played by Rory McCann. What a great role he played. My number 1 will be no surprise to anybody, most likely. Peter Dinklage, Tyrion Lannister. Honestly, between the comedic and the actual role that he played, and it was such a great storyline. Now, I didn't read the book, so I don't know how it followed along with Tyrion's journey.
Well,
pretty good.
He had the best line in the whole. I drink
and I know things. I drink and I know things. So
perfect.
Yeah, that is my top 5, folks. Do you want to go lists?
Yep.
Before we get to yours, do you want to just leave that
Aiken,
up there like that?
Aiken, Tormund.
Yep. Sander Clegane.
Tormund. He almost made my list.
I
Alina
know.
Tyrell, fantastic.
Perfect one. Brianna Tarth was great. Could have
story,
been there. And then,
great
of course,
story.
Tyrion
And of course,
Lannister.
Tyrion Lannister.
Yep.
He has an honorable mention. He had an honorable mention. Hodor.
I know. I mean, Hodor was a great character, and his story was incredible. Buckeye.
Yep.
William Tyrell. Yes.
Yep.
Ramsey Bolton almost made my list.
Arya Stark. Yes. I mean, her from beginning to end, how she became who she was phenomenal. And
it was a great
didn't
story.
Like Drogon the Dragon.
I know, but so my problem with Arya was this: like, he shouldn't have been the one that killed her.
Yeah, I know.
My king.
That's what happens when you go past what the book did.
I know. I guess it would have been all suspected and known if we thought Jon Snow actually did it. Yeah,
it's not funny.
Don't care. Who cares? Nobody cares. Not caring. Rory won the Masters.
I don't remember those characters, but I'm gonna go out on a limb
and say he's not a
Game
Game of Thrones fan.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb.
No, he's probably more like a Leave It to Beaver guy, or something.
Father knows best.
Yeah, that's right. Father knows best. He's a good dude. He's not gonna watch that vile, thrilling show. It was the greatest show I've ever watched, to be honest with you. So yeah. Jim, your top 5. Oh, I like how you got go back to your main screen. You've got all the characters there and all that. The problem is you couldn't fit the S into character.
Oh,
top 5
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that.
Jim, I noticed all
works.
of your faux pas.
It works.
Let's say.
It works fine. All right, now my number 5 was Jon Snow.
He's got to be in the top 5,
again, right?
sort of. But
I mean, they, like I said, the books he didn't come back, and because of his popularity, they had to bring him back. So
shit, I was going to read the books, Jim. Thanks.
Sorry, I just gave it away.
Never happening.
Ramsey
Bolton.
I mean, this guy. I mean,
he played the role.
You hated this guy. You
his
just
look even
yeah.
Oh,
when you have a character that you actually hate, they did it well, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
like if you see him anywhere else, you're like, I hate that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah.
Bronn.
Oh, Bronn.
I love that
Bronn.
character.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about somebody who just didn't give a crap.
You know that he dated
yes, that did not go well. No.
Yeah. What? Yeah, it did not go well. They would not be in scenes together. That's how bad it literally was.
Yeah. And if anybody watched
It was
1923,
Mhm.
if anyone's watched that 1923 with there's a Yellowstone,
Yeah.
he
Mhm.
plays in this, and he does
Yep.
a really good job in the character he plays. So he's a good actor. But yeah,
He's a good
Bronn,
actor in general.
love that character. Absolutely loved it.
Great character. Should have been in
Cersei
mine because it
Lannister.
was the top woman, one of my top women
Yeah.
who nailed her roles, but I already had that, so I didn't put it in. But yes.
Another one of the characters that you just wanted. Got it. I didn't like. I wanted something more to happen to her.
Of course,
I
we
didn't
all
want her
did.
to end
That's
like that.
Yeah, of
but
course.
Again, yeah. So, and then of
Yeah.
course my number 1 is Tyrion.
I mean, he was
Lannister.
the best character in the whole
Yeah.
show. You notice how none of us had Khaleesi on there? You know, like none of it, like nobody.
Yeah,
as her and such a
and she
main
did-
character and a
she
reason
did
for the
well.
show.
Right.
Huh?
She did well. I thought she did well. I think everybody on God, I'm going to sound like a geek here. I think the reason the way she ended up is why people probably didn't, because my wife absolutely hated. She loved the character up until the end
Because she empowered
And-
women. It was one of those
and,
things. And it's really what drew my wife to watching the show as well,
Yeah.
was a scene she saw as I was watching it. Then we had to go back and rewatch them all to catch her up. And then we finished the season or the series. But that's what got her into watching it. And so that's like obviously her favorite character in the whole show. And rightfully so. She did such a good job. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I liked watching her naked.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that I
can't say
was
no.
disappointed.
I can't say no. You know,
Tarna, I know this is not, but we were very disappointed in that second season.
Agreed.
It just took too long.
Yes,
it took too long.
Slow moving. Yeah. I mean, did I enjoy seeing her naked? Of course. There was a lot of them. You know,
I mean,
there was a lot of them, and then what I didn't like was all the gay wiener. That's all you saw.
Yeah, that I could have done without that.
Yeah, I could have done with all that, but yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. I'm not
I know,
saying-
Buck. I said, how could you not like Drogo?
I know,
mean, how
it's
can you not?
true. Destroy. I agree. Melt.
You all suck. Wow. That's-
I 100% agree with you, except for the fact that we all suck. I don't agree.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm torn, a little bit miffed, a little bit saddened.
But no, I love that dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, my son,
gay. I know every wiener was gay.
My son, he doesn't mind. It was funny because when he was watching the new one, House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, he didn't care all the people that died. But when those dragons died, he was upset. He loved the dragons. He didn't want the dragons to die. And, Isn't that sad?
It is sad.
All dog lovers out there, you can watch all these movies where people are dying all over the place. But if that dog dies,
I cannot watch a movie where a dog dies.
Everybody,
I can't watch a video. I can't watch animal abuse. I cannot watch a movie where a dog dies. I will not. Marley and Me, whatever. That's I cannot watch that movie. Just can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah, Buck. I definitely guarantee. Yeah. House
so
of Dragons.
We have not watched.
Not even
I watched half of the very first episode of Game of Thrones season 1. I'm sorry, House of Dragons season 1, and I was like, oh, I'll hold off. I'll wait till I don't want to be the sitting there waiting for 2 years for the next season to come out guy on this one. I did that through Game of Thrones. I was like, I'm gonna wait, and I'm just hearing there's not a lot of action. There's not enough fighting. It's not enough.
You're gonna make fun of me again.
Oh, of course we will.
The story in the book.
Oh boy.
Which I would not have chosen this one. I would have went back further. But anyway.
Yeah.
The reason why they chose this one is because the descendant of Daenerys, right? That's where this is. Anyway, but it's not a very long story. Okay. So they have to put, and that's what really bothers me when you have to put stuff in it to make stuff last
longer.
It just isn't always the best. Now, the Game of Thrones followed the book pretty well. I mean, it did. It followed it pretty well up until the end when, they had to add their own things.
Well, but before that, because of Jon Snow.
So call me whatever you guys want to call me. But when you read the book, in that section of the book that was in there, it is dragging it on pretty long.
It is. It is. M's dead. I hope no dragons were injured in the making of the show.
They didn't have that disclaimer. They always have that. No horses were harmed in this movie.
Yep, exactly.
No people were really killed in this movie.
No people.
Except for
no
Rust.
people. Yep. Oh my God.
Too soon.
Rush?
Except for Rust.
Oh, Rust.
I'm too soon.
Alec Baldwin.
I'm sorry.
Made an Alec Baldwin joke. Oh. Jim, you're not going to be here.
Another one who's above the law.
Yep, you're not going to be here next week. What? Oh, Aiken. Agreed, Aiken. I mean, the guy. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter. He's like, well, it didn't go along with the book. It didn't. I mean, he's a book. Literally, if you could see behind that facade, that beautiful background that you have, by the way, it is bookshelf after bookshelf after bookshelf filled with just
I'm telling you, if you take a movie, any movie, like a James Bond movie or anything, and they have I call it the evil lair, which is their walk-in. My dream office is the two level bookshelves with the ladder going around, and
where you're sliding across, going to pick out
big wooden desk. And I would love. I don't obviously.
Which really surprises me then that Sam wasn't one of your favorite characters in.
He was one of my favorite characters. He just didn't make the top 5.
But I picture you as him.
Ouch.
You're my Sam.
That was actually pretty good. Thank you, Tarna. Always have my back.
Love a book nerd. I know. No, listen, your intelligence level far exceeds mine.
Aiken, you are 100% correct. I set it up every time.
You do every time.
I do.
He does it.
I do.
Jim, a nerd is not the word.
Thanks. I even wished you happy birthday, you jerk.
I know. Reading is racist. Fuck, I said.
So now I'm a fascist. Okay, I'm a racist and a fascist.
Reading is racist. I love it. Oh my god. What's this? They just keep coming in.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the? So yeah, we didn't really talk about that. I'm all for it.
Yeah, as long as they don't start doing velociraptors and T-Rexes, because we've seen a lot of movies that doesn't work.
I mean, is anybody seen any of this stuff? Of course, dire wolves. I mean, yeah, which they are true dire wolves. I get all that, but I mean,
and they are. We know this for sure because when they supposedly cloned a sheep,
yeah,
they just had two sheep standing next to each other. Maybe we should go a little different. I'm just saying. But if it truly is a dire wolf, I'm impressed with that. But that just means we're really close to Jurassic Park.
I heard the dire wolf story was BS. I truly believe that too. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't buy any of this cloning stuff because, guys, if we start cloning everything,
I'm not saying we can't.
Yeah,
you know, maybe we should ask our friend Encrypted to look into the cloning issue.
No, he scared me. We'll have him on later. Folks, we're gonna have him on here in another month, but we're gonna limit him. We're gonna give him, because it's our fault. We got him off topic. So we're gonna establish
we want him to get into the sex trafficking.
Yeah, the sex trafficking,
and human trafficking.
He does,
which is really his research.
Yeah, and he's great at it. And and he goes more than just seeing where this guy lives. He digs and he finds. And so I can't wait to have him back on. So we're going to keep him on target.
I agree. You guys are the best. Like, I literally pissed my pants laughing at all of you guys.
You guys make it. I mean,
you make it funny. That's why and Jim, just by looking at him. But that's
Sam was always the funny looking guy. Yeah. So I
guess hey, you're not going to be here Monday or Wednesday. So Monday, what top 5 are we doing, Rich?
Rich, if you're still listening, Rich, what top 5 do you want to do?
M's dad. If we start cloning, could we see 4 guys, 2?
If you want to
see that with just a few shots of
no, because really, what's really bad, M's dad, if we do clone me, my wife might like the clone.
Oh. Has anybody seen the show Severance on Apple TV? Yeah. There's a innie and an outie, and you can figure out what that is if you watch it. But then, it's different.
All right. So what choices,
do we do?
Well, we have some choices here. Oh crap, that's not my list. What,
Jim?
I grabbed the wrong list. I was prepared.
Okay, Buckeye gave us one. Here we go. Top 5 things that make Jim a nerd.
Damn it.
I can't come up. I mean, only 5? Is that we got a top 10 list now? So
you're lucky I have thick skin, everybody. This would be
Aiken 1 through 5. Oh wait, what did he put? Where is it? Where'd it go?
Just 5. Thanks, Dad.
No, he put up there. Just 5. Aiken put up there 1 through 5 books. Put up there.
See, Darna always has my back.
Yeah,
of course, I could do without the laugh emoji, but that's
Mama Bear. He grabbed the grocery list. That's what you grabbed instead of the damn list that you're supposed to have next to you every single show, Jim. I can't bitch. My Wi-Fi was crap for videos.
I did. I grabbed this sheet of paper here because I thought it was the one that I had.
You wrote all of our lists on was a Post-it note.
Well, yeah, front and back.
I have a notebook, bro. Can you get one of those?
I can't afford it.
What do you mean?
We had to pay our
taxes. This was a write-off for the show.
Rich, I'm not hearing you. We need a top 5 from you.
Rich, I guess not. So we haven't come up with a top 5. We had a whole bunch of lists and a whole bunch of things, and if I had a brain, I could probably think of one.
Vacation spots was one of them.
It's like bucket list things. We already did that.
Top 5 things to do in Cincinnati.
Read books. Still the same list as yours.
If you want to get back on the sports thing, how about going players who aren't in the NFL Hall of Fame that should be, or something like that? Maybe we should do that.
No.
Okay. Then what do you have?
Top 5.
Not as easy, is it?
No,
I wish I had my
we
list.
wrote them all down. You,
I
douche.
know it's over.
Well, when
Vacation
I say we,
Spot
you,
was one of
I can't
them. We
blame
did
you.
the cartoons already, right? We did cartoons.
Yeah, we did all that. I'm not going back to cartoons. We're grown ass men.
top 5 7 wonders of the world.
With 2 honorable mentions.
We might be able to stretch it to 7. So anyway, Rich is not commenting. We need a top 5, Rich.
All right, so he probably bailed. So why don't we do then top 5?
You were talking about top 5 Netflix series, top 5 maybe HBO series, top 5. Just, I mean, there's a lot of things out there we can do. Top 5 mathematicians. No, Larry, that's
we already top 5 NFL draft picks.
Yeah, we could do that. You know what my
top
number
5
one is.
NFL draft picks.
Yeah,
ever.
with the draft being next week, that is outstanding.
That is an
That's
outstanding. Buckeye is. I don't understand why. Why don't you just come on a podcast or let's start? You know, like literally, you're that good. Like you can come up with stuff.
And Dale is trying to get rid of me. So, so there you go.
I'm not.
One guy, one girl, and a coup.
Yeah, it's like 2 guys, a girl, and a pizza place. Yeah, anybody remember that?
Love that show, by the way.
Yeah, I did too. Anyways, top 5 criminals in government. Oh my God, I can't limit it to 5.
Gosh,
we'll do the draft. Top 5 NFL draft picks. I'm writing it down. Rich, if you're listening and you didn't contribute, you're stuck with top 5 NFL draft picks. It's a good one. That's for Monday. And Jim and I will discuss the list we have so I can have Wednesdays.
Guys, Joe, you know my number 1, so we're just going to leave it at that.
Your number 1 is Joe Montana. I know.
No. That wouldn't even make the top 500.
Top 5 NFL draft picks. That's going to be hard because I know
Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Come on.
Joe Burrow. He's going to get me a Super Bowl championship, and that's it. I can go.
Thank you, Mama Bear in the house. Honestly, it's Monday and Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time every Monday and Wednesday. Next week's a bonus because we have Monday and Wednesday at our normal schedule time. And then we have the Warrior Shield special. And we'll have Chance Showell, who is the president of the Warrior Shield. And we'll have Sean Holcomb, one of the country artists that is going to be there at the gala. They will both be here. That'll be 6 p.m. Eastern time next Wednesday evening. So 3 shows next week, 1 with Jim, 2 with Rich, all 3 with yours truly. Because I'm dedicated. That's who I am.
And to be honest with you, the following week,
you'll
be only Monday, and then Rich. By the way, surprise, Rich, you'll have to be on the 2 Wednesdays in a row.
Yeah, I'll be on an aeroplane on that Wednesday.
There are other jobs we have.
Yeah, there is. So I wish it was just this. Thank you all for listening. Folks, don't forget we didn't play it today, but we're running long. So don't forget about the Warrior Shield. Please go to warriorshield.org. Go support them. They're a nonprofit, a 501c3 nonprofit that helps other nonprofits. This year, they're helping the Corporal Chad O Foundation for PTSD. You can find out all about them at warriorshield.org. At warriorshield.org, please go there. You can buy tickets. The event's in September in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Great time to go. Great cause, great people. You're helping out. You get to meet so many heroes.
It's phenomenal. It really is.
Phenomenal. It's absolutely a phenomenal event. And for the cost, you can't beat it. So,
I mean, even if you just go to the concert, 4 great artists for $50.
Yeah, and open bar. Did somebody say open bar?
We did find out, and we will mention this before, but the water is very potent there.
It is. Thank you, Mini Ball, as well. Yes, you put up there. Sorry, I took it down. Warriorshield.org. Buckeye. Aiken, see you all on Monday. You won't see Jim, but you'll see me and Rich, and we will have our top 5 NFL draft picks. Please go like, follow, and share on Rumble. Please hit that like button. It's super important to do that there. Follow us on our X page at 2guys1coup. A lot of exciting things. Jim and I posed for a couple portraits on there. You'll see those on there.
I mean, those are real.
The likeness.
Those are real.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it could not have depicted us any better. I mean, the guns I have on, I mean, my biceps, it just couldn't even been. It was just incredible how I looked. Chiseled chin, as I have now. It's just been amazing. They'll go there. Victory from MAGA. Thank you for joining us. We hope you'll join us every episode because we loved your participation as well as everybody else. Grit Gear finally chimed in. Great time. And you get to meet. And
that's for the Warrior Shield weekend.
Oh, that's true. It's for the Warrior Shield. You get to meet us too. We will be broadcasting live there along with To The Point podcast will also be there to help broadcast. So Mike, Leo, and Vince will be there to help as well. So there's going to be a lot of great things going on at that event. So please go to warriorshield.org. Jim, the zombie apocalypse. Yeah. Did you like that pic? I mean, does it not look just like us?
Thank you.
Arna, thank you. It looked just like us. Oh, big old beefcakes. That's us. As you can tell. Look at me. I'm jacked. Shredded. Tim, that's all we got for today. Everybody out there, love you.
God bless
you for joining
everybody.
us. God bless you. God bless America. Everyone be safe out there. Remember to follow us again.
Wednesday night.
Yeah. And what's that? I'm sorry.
See you next Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah. Nobody cares, Jim. You're not going to be here Monday.
Good luck, Rich. You've got you and Dale. Good luck.
That's going to be great. It's going to be
I know,
great.
you're nice to him.
Yeah, I am. I'm nice to him. Thank you for putting up with my Wi-Fi. I didn't break up, but for some reason the videos were goofy.
Yeah.
And for those of you that just absolutely love our new display and our background and our graphics, thank you. For those that don't, sorry, Rich. We'll talk to you later. Everybody have a great weekend. Jim, be safe next week. We'll talk to you soon.
All
right, bye.